J. Cole has the most pointless #1 in rap history. His album Might Delete Later was streamed over 137 million times, and nobody cares. But I'm Jew, welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it. We all know the story by now. Kendrick dissed J. Cole and Drake on his Like That feature, destroying the idea of a big three and claiming the #1 spot for itself. And while the whole world was waiting for Drake to respond, J. Cole dropped the album surprising everybody when the last song, 7 Minute Drill, was a full diss track to Kendrick. And this diss track had a really mixed response. Some people liked it, some people were proud of J. Cole just for throwing his hat in the ring and responding to Kendrick at all, when really the pressure was on Drake to respond more than J. Cole, because J. Cole really just caught some strays. Some people thought J. Cole's diss was just weak in general. Some people didn't like the bars. Most people, including me, didn't like the energy. He seemed too hesitant. He seemed too friendly. He seemed like he wasn't wholeheartedly in a beef with Kendrick. Even though the words were coming out of his mouth, there was no passion or energy behind it. And he shocked the world 2 days later when he publicly, at his own Dreamville festival, apologized for the Kendrick diss.
Incorrectly, and I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out.
Take shots at
you.
you.
I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good. Like, it's love. And I pray that, I pray that y'all are like, forgive a nigga for like the misstep, and then I can get back to my true path. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Past 2 days felt terrible. Like, it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years. So all of that to say, man, I want to now perform the song that's a reminder to me of getting back on the right path and getting in tune with God. And the name of the song is called Love Yours. I'm for y'all right now.
Basically singing Kendrick's praises and asking him for forgiveness, which for a lot of rap fans, including myself, is blasphemy in hip hop. There have been a few occasions where things have gone too far and a rapper apologized.
If you weren't you, would you think Ether was a hot joint?
I would be a little, like me as a guy, like I would listen to the last verse and be like, wow. Like, dude, wow. You understand? Like it's uneasy.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay.
Like, I mean, even like with the, it's far, man. It's very vulgar, you know what I'm saying?
Like, we got Jay-Z apologizing to Nas, but you gotta remember, he dropped Super Ugly, where he was talking about Nas's baby mother and skeeting in the baby's car seat.
I came in your belly back seat, skeeted in your Jeep, left on your baby seat.
Like, Jay had crossed all boundaries of disrespect at that point. But this wasn't that. This was a softball diss track that wasn't personal at all. It seemed all lyrical exercise and really wasn't deep. There was no reason for Cole to apologize after he was the one attacked in the first place. Not only did he apologize, but he completely removed the diss track from streaming. So you can't even find it on his album anymore. And the funniest thing to me is Kendrick never made any public statements. He never responded to the diss at all, and he hasn't publicly accepted J. Cole's apology. So for all we know, when Kendrick does finally respond to Drake, he still may be taking shots at Cole, which will make him look even crazier. And then after apologizing to Kendrick, he pops up on Metro and Future's We Don't Trust You 2 with the verse, which makes him look even crazier considering the person that's been bigging him up for years and even went on tour with him is in a full beef with these people. But less than a week after J. Cole apologized to Kendrick, Drake responded to Kendrick with his own diss track, where he was taking shots at the whole industry that seemed lined up against him at this point. And he called what I see as a stray from Drake at that point. I don't care what Cole said, that shit was weak as fuck. So what does all this mean? At least for me, as a J. Cole fan, I'm talking about before Friday Night Lights, I was a fan of Young Simba and the warm-up mixtape. I gotta be honest, it's hard to look at J. Cole the same. It's hard to take him serious as a top rapper at all. I feel like he completely removed himself from contention in those conversations. You can't mention him with the Drakes and Kendricks anymore because he had a chance to be up there with them to battle for that top spot, and he chose to bow out, apologize, and ask forgiveness. Keep in mind, Cole for the last couple years has been rapping about he's the best or one of the best and nobody's gonna try him and this is what's gonna happen if they do, only to be tried and put his tail between his legs and run out of the battle, which brings us to this #1 album. It's possible that Cole would have got a #1 album even without the diss track. He has a huge, really dedicated fan base, and he has the ear of just average listeners anyway. But the fact is, everyone checked out that tape so they could hear the 7-minute drill song dissing Kendrick Lamar, which he then apologized for and removed from the album anyway. So when I say this is the most pointless #1 album ever, it is, because that one song overshadowed every other song on the album, which sucks because I thought it was a really good album. I really like Pricey. I added that to my workout playlist, and I love HYB. But guess what? No one is talking about the album because it got overshadowed by a song that he apologized for and removed from the album. I think Cole has done irreparable harm to his reputation, at least from a hardcore rap fan's perspective. He would have been better off if he didn't say anything, just released his music, kept it low, and let Drake handle the beef, which he's fully capable of by himself, as he's proven. But to drop a diss track and apologize for it and say you're losing sleep at night over it just makes everyone think that you're terrified of Kendrick Lamar or you're just not built for competition. And if that's the case, then get out of the way and let the real rappers rap. I feel like it's really hard for a Day One Cole fan because we got to see him progress through his rap journey from being the young kid trying to prove himself to getting with Jay-Z and Rock Nation and releasing an album and letting Nas down by trying to chase a commercial hit, and then rebuilding himself, rebranding himself, and creating his own lane of music that he's flourished in and been super successful in, and become one of the best rappers in the game legitimately, only to ruin that all by not being willing to compete. And not only not being willing to compete, but apologizing for competing. So yeah, his whole entire album that's now #1 got overshadowed by a single song and an apology. Nobody's talking about any other song on that album at this point. And honestly, with all the Drake stuff going on in music right now, nobody is talking about this album at all, or J. Cole. And I do think that's the future for J. Cole. I hope he does drop the Fall Off and it's dope and it stands the test of time. I'm going to listen to it. Whatever songs are dope, I'm going to take from it. But I'll really never see him the same again. And I think that's the same for most rap fans. Of course, his hardcore fans are still going to be rocking with him, and that's great. But I think on a general level, he really tarnished his reputation. Nobody wants to listen to a cowardly, soft rapper rap about can't nobody fuck with him because he's the best on the mic. And on another note, I'm really interested to see where his content goes from this point. As we all know, J. Cole has been like the real world rapper. He rapped about college a lot to kind of transitioning more to real world issues and topics, to transitioning again to how nice he was on the mic and can't nobody fuck with him, and he's top 3. And I just want to see where he goes from here, because the Fall Off can't be a bunch of hard bars about nobody can deal with him, and if anybody tries him, this is what's going to happen, because we saw that play out and we saw him back down from the confrontation. So I am interested to see what the Fall Off is going to sound like and look like, and how J. Cole's career plays out from this point. I think he'll always be successful. He'll always be cool. He'll always have a fan base, but most people just won't look at him the same. And again, that's why I think this is the most pointless #1 ever. Nobody is talking about this album. They were only talking about one song on the album, which overshadowed everything else. And now they're not even talking about that. Cole has basically become a meme at this point. Thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Is this the most pointless #1 ever? Are you still listening to Might Delete Later? And do you think J. Cole will ever be able to repair his reputation? Also, if you want to become a channel member, click the join button below. Make sure you check out the next video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.